What's going on, family?
Hey, y'all.
Greetings and blessings. We're coming back at you with another video. And we must say thank you to everyone who has subscribed thus far.
Yes.
To everyone who has commented thus far.
Yes.
It kind of one-sided type of shady type of thing, But that's okay. As long as you'll continue to do it, I'll continue to complain.
No shady business. No shady business.
You're one-sided. You're biased. You're all on her side. But it's okay. But anyway, family, tonight we have a topic. Oh, before we even get into it.
Yes.
Sorry. Before we even get to it. What we ask of you, and you have done so far, is to like, share, and subscribe. And do what?
Ring that bell.
Yes.
Ring the bell.
Yes, I. And we appreciate you big time.
Yes, we do.
From the top. Before we even begin, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate the love. All right? Now, we have a serious topic tonight, All right? And our topic of discussion today is insecurities in a relationship.
Yes. That's a deep one right there.
Yeah. And so we're going to start off by asking a question.
Okay.
I'm going to ask a question. And my question to you is, who do you think is more insecure, men or women? And don't sugarcoat the thing that for the family, The family want it raw and uncut.
Honestly, I really don't know. All I can do is speak from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
Our insecurities can stem from a wide range of issues. I mean, it could extend from childhood.
Okay.
It could extend from our environment. Okay. It could extend from past relationships. It could extend from just insecurities we have about ourselves or issues we have within ourselves.
Okay.
Or it could extend from, bottom line, I think all of it comes from a portion of a lack of self-love. So,
let me ask you, because you hit about 4 or 5 topics. So we're going to break them down. And they might even have to be a part 2, because this thing, we're going to dive deep into this thing, So with all that you just said, you think women have more insecurities than men?
I think so. Because women you can go outside every day in this same attire.
Right.
And have no problem. Nobody looking at you crazy. But a woman can't, if you come outside one day with this shirt on, let's say I had this shirt on, and I came out tomorrow with the same shirt on and the same people saw me, it would be a problem. Our looks and how we present ourselves is what we've been taught since we were young.
So basically, not only the family instilling certain things into you, but also the greater pressure is what the world tells you. Society tells you you're supposed to
look like.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
definitely.
So we'll target them one at a time. Okay. So let me give you the counter to that. Men are just as conscious about their look. Some men are just as conscious about their look as women are. You've ever heard the terminology pretty boy?
Yes.
Okay then. You have some man out there, boy, listen, if it wasn't because they were male, you think they're divas,
I mean, that's
they're
true.
Pretty boys, You get what I'm saying?
But is that the majority or the minority?
No, but I'm just saying whether it is the majority or a small fraction of us, it is still there.
Well, 95% of women are particular about how they carry themselves or how they look or how they appear. And it's an issue within women. We don't appreciate each other enough.
Okay.
We don't validate each other enough.
Okay.
So a lot of times, we tend to.
You trying to find it in all the wrong places.
We try to find it in all the wrong places, but we tend to try to please each other or try to present ourselves a certain way, even if that's not us. So we portray something sometimes of what we're not.
There are famous people, okay, who have never had the idolization of people to them until they became famous, right?
Right.
And so they have their teeth ain't straight, their eyes a certain way, their nose a certain way, and whatever situation is. Okay?
We find ourselves becoming people pleasers.
And they're right, because they need people
Validation.
to validate them. I think now the percentage again might be a little different, but men do the same thing. Like, okay, like growing up, if you didn't have, a girlfriend, or multiple girlfriends, then people look at you like something's wrong with you. And so you find that now that same person, that same fella, grows up thinking, boy, no girl want me, because what, boy, I'm not handsome, whatever the situation is, and then he becomes famous. Then he becomes famous for whatever reason. He becomes famous, whether it's through music, whether it's through the art form, whatever. He becomes famous, and all of a sudden, and then he may have that one girl that had loved him, before the fame, and as soon as the fame hit, guess what it becomes? He goes out there, and because now everybody likes him, everybody wants him, and everybody's screaming, but everybody's going crazy whenever he shows up. Guess what he thinks he does? He
falls under the pressure.
He falls in line with the same thing. I believe men have insecurities. Let me tell you one of the insecurities men have. Okay? Some men have this stupid attitude. And I don't even want to call them men. Because to me, when you do them type of things, you're a boy. Okay? When you're going around and you're digging into your wife's pocketbook and looking at her phone and that type of foolishness. Or you will follow her around. Or if she goes somewhere and she's going to a certain place and your friends are out there, you can have them spy her out. What do you call that?
Insecurity.
You have some crazy man out there, Let me tell you this. And I'm not saying this because I'm better than anybody. I'm not better than anybody. Let me tell you this right now. I always view myself as nothing, as dirt, because of where I come from and where God brought me out of. So I'm never going to be better than another person. But you see this foolishness of some man going and listen, I've never known myself to do that. There are some things I'm not doing. If I have to go into your phone, right, take your thumb and swipe your thing, to look in there and see who you chat to, what kind of foolishness, or go into your pocketbook or follow your kind of foolishness. If I have to do that, I am not wasting my time being with you. That's too much work. I don't need to be with you. I don't need to be with you.
I get what you're saying.
And some women like that too, Some women like that. Preach on it too, Preach on it. Some women are like that.
That's what I was gonna hit on.
Hit on it now.
Wait.
Hit on it.
Hold on.
Yes.
I'm getting to it.
Talk your talk.
Yes. We as women, we have it real bad with that. And I'm gonna be transparent and honest. Once upon a time, that was me.
Well, that's not like a storybook. Once upon a time.
Jeez, that was me.
Bread. Tell a story then.
But I had to get to a point where I can't control nobody.
Let me ask you a question. Without tripping you, like my dad would say. Without tripping you. Let me ask you a question. What got you to that point? Not the point of overcoming it, but what got to the point where thinking that, okay, well, this is what I need to do to be sure of my situation?
Being in a relationship and the person not being faithful.
So let me ask,
Or yes, any conversation or any dealings with someone other than you in a relationship, that's cheating.
so let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Why did you remain in the relationship then?
Insecurity. It was almost like, I love him. Oh, I like him. And he'll change. He'll do better. It was just a mishap.
Some of us, and you were so right, because some of us give people chances based upon we thinking that they're going to change.
Oh, we're hoping.
We're hoping that they're going to change.
Yes.
Now, can people change?
Yes.
Yes, they can change. Can God change people?
Yes.
Of course. Okay. But God can only change someone who is willing. Remember, the power of will dictates that the person decides what they want to do for themselves.
But think like this. Even though they said that, okay, I'm going to do better and I'm not going to cheat, or I'm not going to do this or talk to this one or do this and or do that one, in my mind, that still wasn't enough. So I had to do my own private investigating.
And what did you find?
Sometimes I found other stuff.
Listen, you know me? This is how I am, If I felt like somebody that I was with felt that way, guess what I do? I drive them crazy, I drive you nuts. I will deliberately put things out there.
But then that's not good either.
What you mean, man? You're looking for crumbs, I give you crumbs.
No, but that's not how you should
What
deal
you
with
mean,
it, though.
man?
No, don't do that. You don't
Let me tell
do
you this.
that.
Let me tell you this. A lot of us come into relationships with the baggage of insecurity.
But what I'm saying is just be careful the things that you do, because guess what? The same thing that you mean or trying to put out there as scraps for somebody else to see, something else can come back and bite you.
I don't care.
Well, we always call you the no carrying.
Yes, that's what they call me, the no carrying. Let me tell you why. If I am not doing anything to make you think, right?
But what I'm saying is, if something did happen previously,
then that's a different situation.
Right.
But
so that's what we're talking about.
Okay, so let's talk about that then. Because I was talking about the fact that you coming in with that baggage and I have not given.
So you were asking me about why my insecurity.
Okay, so
in the past,
seed was planted.
The seed was planted.
Right. Okay, cool. Now, let me say this. Everybody, whether it be male or female, knows a good catch. Listen, some people, we talk about mad people, okay? But everybody knows when they have a good person in their life, okay? And a man who's out there fishing, think about it like this. Let's say, take for example, okay? The man out there fishing and they catch a big fat tuna. You think he gonna let it go?
No.
He let it go, okay? Because that's a good catch. A man that knows he has a good catch will not let her go. Even when he messes up, he don't want it to go, Okay? So now he will plead, he will crawl, he will cry. If you want to see a grown man cry, tell him his sweet thing walking away. He will cry, whatever the situation is. He will do all these things. Now, am I saying that those things are also part of showing that I am sorry? It is very possible. But at the same time, showing me that you are regretful of what you committed isn't what you'd say, is really what you do.
Okay.
Okay? It's really what you do, Because a man know he mess up and yo, you know what? Nah, my boy, I don't want to lose my woman. Guess what? He will do everything in his power to keep her,
But that's what I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. Did they do everything in their power to keep you?
No.
So which means he has a fish, right? He catch a big fish. But he's thinking in his mind.
What he thought in his mind was that the other fish was better.
Right. That's where I was going.
After this fish left,
boom bang,
then he was trying to get the fish back.
Right. What you mean, man? But that's what happened. That's what happened. Us men, we tend to be foolish, sometimes, we tend to be foolish, and the other person, whether it is whether you want to call them the side chick or the side man or piece of man or whatever, or sugar daddy, whatever you want to call it, whatever terminology you don't want to do, you want to use, right? That person knows, in my mind, I need to try to outperform your main person every chance I get. And that's how they get to try to get into your psyche and get you to go then follow them and do the things. Because they're trying to outperform the person.
Now it's a performance. Because it's not anything that's going to continue.
No.
It's only like this because, hey, I see you today. I see you next week. I see you week after. I can pull out the stops. I can do some twirls, some flips, and some jumps.
Right.
But when I got to do it every day,
no, man, that in reality,
that's a different story.
It's not reality. And so, I cannot tell you, family, how long or how much time you can devote into that situation. That's really your call.
Yes.
Everybody try to say, oh boy, I would have left her. Boy, me have left him. Whatever situation is.
Listen, people will say what they do all day, all night until they end the situation. Once they get in that situation, they'll take that plus more.
What you mean, man?
Never say what you never would do.
What you mean, man? Back home in St. Lucia, man loved to drink Grandma Zuna and hang himself. Okay? He wasn't the first man to do it?
Nope.
Okay then. So,
and he ain't the last man.
And he ain't the last man. And next man gonna go and do the same thing. Okay. So all I'm saying is this: I'm not here, or we're not here to tell you what to do. All we're doing with this channel is to just share our experiences. If they connect with you, and you see, okay, well, that's how you deal with it, then you deal with it. You get what I'm saying? But I cannot tell you how long to remain in a situation. I can tell you this: I cannot put up with certain things.
But have to think about this. A lot of times, insecurities can stem before relationships.
And that is why, and I'm happy you brought up that point. Because remember we talked about in an early episode where we talk about baggages. Every individual coming into a relationship has a baggage. I don't care what it is. Okay? It could be financial. It could be emotional. It could be spiritual. Okay, it could be the fact that baby daddy,
physical,
you know what I'm saying? Baby mama drama, you get what I'm saying? Or lack of employment, which is also financial. Instability, also financial. And so now you as an individual, that's the writing on the wall, as far as I'm concerned. That is the writing on the wall. You now have to look at the writing on the wall and decide for yourself which one of these baggages that this person has
am I willing to accept.
What do you mean, man? What do you mean?
Because understand, you got something too.
Yes. The perfection in each other is, I love everything about you, and even the things that I may not like that much, I can deal with it. So now you're perfect for me. You get what I'm saying? You know? And so you have to look at the writing on the wall and really, really ask yourself.
You have to really analyze yourself.
What you mean, man? Remember that's what I said in an earlier episode. I said, you have to know yourself.
Yes. What?
You have to know yourself. Another thing, insecurities. Again, it's another baggage, because most insecurities are baggages.
Yes.
Okay. You meet a young person, a young woman. She's nice, she's sexy, boy, you love her. Okay? But then because the last woman broke your heart, tore you down to pieces, all of a sudden now, if you're telling you, I'm going out with my girlfriends. Now, before you link up with her, you knew she go out with her sisters, she hang out with her sisters, she spend time with her family because she's single. She can do those things. All of a sudden now, you link up with her, and then you have a lot of these dirty men out here that want to change people's lives. Okay? And now you want them to be like a child. You want to mold them as if you are God and mold them and fashion them into what you want them to be and tell them, no, you can't go with your sisters and you can't do X, Y, and Z because of what the last girl did to you. You are not ready for a relationship.
That's not fair.
You're not ready for a relationship. Now, if she goes out with her sisters and hangs out with her sisters and they do they do family things together. I am not saying that there has to be some kind of discussion as to how often we go out and the balance. Yes,
right.
there has to be a balance. But there are too often times we get in these relationships
and
right?
want to change the person
We
entirely.
want to change people. What do you mean?
Because of just because you don't have friends, don't mean that she can't have friends and go out or family and go out. Now that's when you crossing the line where your insecurities now are imposing on someone else.
Listen, let's call it what it is. You're a mad person. You're a mad person. You're crazy. You don't belong in a relationship. You don't belong in a relationship. You know, and sometimes the females and sometimes the guys, we see the writing on the wall again, and then now we are now saying, you know what?
We can change.
I can change that person because you know what? I can give nice sex. I can cook good breakfast and good lunch, and I can dress nice and whatever the situation is. I can shower them with gifts and I can spend money on them, and that will change. Listen, man, you can't even change yourself. How you can change somebody else?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Life is tough enough as it is.
Without adding someone else's luggage on top of it.
No, man. I mean, what are we doing? And then now we're calling everybody, boy, I didn't know he was so-and-so. I didn't know he was so-and-so. You saw it all along.
Now, we know we all have baggage. But there's just a level in which we have to say, what is too much? I have to deal with this before I'm able to... Some of this baggage, you got to deal with it before you get into a relationship. If not, you will sabotage every relationship you're in.
Man? And then guess what happens?
And then eventually sabotage yourself.
Then what happened? You come into the relationship, you don't have children, and now you feel like you're stuck.
Now your children.
The children having to get the same thing. Yes. Because remember now, kids observe more than we think they do, you know. And they learn from what? They learn from home first. Okay, so now you come in with these insecurities, you acting crazy, and now your kids now thinking that's life.
That's normal.
And that's normal, exactly. And now are looking at to other people for the same type of thing.
Now
so
they
the
coming
cycle
out with
repeats
crazy.
itself. You know.
You have to be careful, family.
Listen. Sometimes you have to put the persons to a ringer, okay, to get the truth out of the person. Okay. Sometimes you have to throw scenarios, you know. You throw one this week. Next week you come out with another one. The week after you come out with another one. Because why? Listen, man. Life is too short, you know. And the last thing you want is some insecure person with all these things. You get what I'm saying? And we all know how to sweet talk people. Come on. We all know how to sweet talk our way to anything. Okay? But at the end of the day, it's only but so much sweet talking that one can do. And if someone is lying to you, guess what a liar has to do? A liar, number one, has to repeat
continue
it.
to lie.
But the liar does not remember all the lies that he has told. So if you keep throwing different scenarios to see what the person's head is,
if it's a lie, it'll come out.
you figure it out. Listen, you ain't in a rush in a relationship. You ain't in a rush for nothing. Because why? Why rush into something that's going to give you a headache?
But you have to also understand with women, a lot of our insecurities can stem from family. You know, as women, you got to be married at a certain age. You got to look a certain way.
True.
You got to have children by a certain age. And if you're not there, everybody's looking at you like, what's wrong with you? So that's an insecurity right there, which would, if you got into a relationship saying, oh, well, my clock is ticking. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. That will push somebody away also.
Listen, and you're so right, because so many of us, because of these insecurities, push away the potential that could be everlasting for us, till death do us part for us, because we're crazy. Again, we don't know ourselves. You know, we let other things, society, we
let people dictate us.
Yes, the one thing that I can say that I cannot really blame a person a whole lot on, and it may be a work in progress for them even in adulthood, is the fact that if they lost a parent at a very young age, a child lost a father at a very young age, a daughter lost a father at a very young age, and then she doesn't know the love of the father to understand the love of a guy.
Or, as so many of our black families go.
True.
Single family homes.
A ton of them, man. A ton of them. You know, a ton of them. And so,
And some people have both mother and father in the home, but they're still not around.
yeah,
So you're still lacking.
yeah, yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Mommy and daddy got to work. They're always working to provide, or whatever the case is. Even if you got two parents in a home, not necessarily is it stable. Insecure.
You know, it's one of those things, family, that you can do episode after episode after episode, and we're gonna bring some other people, and we're gonna talk, when we go dive deeper into it. You know,
So
you
how
know,
do we deal with insecurity?
the answer is you have to surround yourself with people
Positive.
that can build you up. Okay, family, your circle, and we're not talking about blood, we're talking about family. We're talking about family, which means people who love and care for you and will give you the shirt off their back and will do whatever it takes to help you, you know. We ain't talking blood, okay?
Some could be blood.
And some could be blood, yes. But what I'm saying is, when I say family, some people immediately think of blood. No.
Right.
Surround yourself with good people. And the people that you realize that are tearing you down and are not encouraging you and are not trying to steer you in the right path,
Let them people go.
listen, man. I don't care how long y'all have known each other. I don't care. I don't care if it's your own brother. I don't care if it's your own sister. I don't care if it's a parent.
Let it go.
I don't care. Listen, life is tough. Life is tough enough than to have people around your neck, okay, always dragging them along, trying to show them X, Y, and Z, and they don't get it. And all they try to do is tear you down. Leave them alone. It's okay. Sometimes you have to drop them off, drop them off on a corner, and then sometime later you double back, and they have changed. Sometimes the change that they need within themselves is you separating from them.
Like the Bible say, as far as possible,
Listen,
live peaceably with all men.
as
And
far as you
even
can
if
do it,
that's
and if
far
you,
away,
and yes,
you can love them from a distance.
listen. Some people, man, won't allow you to live in harmony with them, you know. And so you have to. Your circle has to be small. You can have these big circles and then telling everybody your business either.
Right.
You know. So surround yourself with people that can build you up. Okay. Iron sharpen iron. Okay. Surround yourself with good people, family. You know. And then once you do that, it's not saying that you won't have, you know, stumbles along the way. But when you stumble, those very same people will run to your aid to lift you up.
Yes.
Okay?
And you know, we're going to always go back to this, the Bible.
Yeah, man. Make the Bible, make God the foundation of your life.
Yes.
You know, if you want to know how to remove something in your life, seek God. Ultimately, seek God, you know.
There are affirmations in the Bible.
God tell you plainly, you know, ask and you shall receive, you know. It ain't nothing tough. He said, ask and he will grant it. Okay? You'll receive something, especially if it's something that's going to build you up.
That's right.
We ain't talking about you asking God for some $10 million, that kind of foolishness, and you don't even know how to deal with $1, but you're asking for 10 million. Okay?
Right.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about things that's going to build you up, both mentally, but most importantly, spiritually. Okay? You can sit down there and link up with some good people. Okay? Some good people that can give you sound doctrine, that can encourage you and help build you up. But ultimately, spend time in the morning and in the evening with the God of heaven and earth. Okay? And ask him to fix you. Listen, I'll tell you all this, you know, before we close this segment. Listen, before I was married, I was messed up, you know. Okay? I had to walk away. My friends didn't understand this when I had to walk away from everything. You get what I'm saying? Because I had so much baggage. You get what I'm saying? And I needed to walk away and isolate myself and to focus on who I was and what happened to me. You know, I could not be in a marriage or in a relationship with that mess. I tried it, but guess what? It wasn't going to work. A messed up person will only continue to mess up the situation. You know? So, we're going to come back with your family with another segment.
Yes.
Of you know, of insecurities and how you deal with it. You know? And we're going to bring in other people that are older than us, far more experienced than us. that can talk to us, and show us and guide us and teach us, because that's what life is about. It's a journey. It's a journey.
It's an ever learning journey.
Ever learning journey.
We're always learning something.
Yes. So, y'all fellas that like to dig in a woman's pocketbook and that foolishness, stop it. Stop it, you hear me?
And that goes for us women as well.
Yes.
Who like to dig in our man's
Stop
phones.
it.
We have to stop it.
Stop it.
Guess what? The only person that is making crazy, the only person that's having sleepless nights, the only person that's worrying is you.
And some of you go so far as you'll get so crazy that the devil consume you all, and then you're gonna talk about I can't live without you. Now you talk about murder, and then you want to kill people and have their family crying over their loved one because why? You're crazy behind, don't know how to handle yourself, and you're letting demons come in there and wreck your brain and thinking, okay, well that woman now is your property. Stop it, that foolishness, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So that foolishness, man. If you have a friend,
it's deep.
If you have a friend that's like that, report them to the law so it can be on the books. You have too much crazy people out there talking that foolishness about they can't live without somebody else, that kind of foolishness, and all of a sudden they want to hurt people.
And they call it a crime of passion.
Listen, family. Again, we appreciate you guys big time.
Yeah, because we'll keep going.
We'll continue this conversation. As always.
Yes.
Like, share, subscribe. And do it. They have to do it. They have to ring what?
Ring the bell and leave a comment. Leave a comment. We love to hear your feedback.
Yes, man. What you need, man. And side with me a little bit, you're showing all the love.
Y'all good.
I get it,
y'all good.
I get it. You're going to show her all the love. But give your boy a little bit something sometime. Okay? Make me feel a little good. You're making me feel a little insecure because you're not giving me a little bit of love. What's wrong with y'all, man? Hurting my heart. But anyway, like we always say, one love, jobless, and we link.
See you later.
Yes, I.